Hey, thanks for joining me today. This is Pastor Laf. It's Monday. We're in Psalm chapter 79, reading out of the New King James Version of the Bible. It's titled A Psalm of Asaph. Verse 1. O God, the nations have come into your inheritance. Your holy temple they have defiled. They've laid Jerusalem in heaps. The dead bodies of your servants they've given as food for the birds of the heavens, the flesh of your saints to the beasts of the earth. Their blood they've shed like water all around Jerusalem, and there was no one to bury them. We start off this psalm, and this is when the king of Babylon, king of Assyria, had come over and had basically just destroyed everything. People who were not supposed to even go into the temple went into the temple. They destroyed it. They messed it up. They took things out of it. People were killed. Horrible things that happened. Let's continue reading. Well, first off, let me say this. There is a reason this happened. Is it because God is unfaithful, cannot keep covenant? Is it because God doesn't know how to take care of his people? No. It's because his people forget him or forgot him. It's because his people sinned. It's because his people did what they wanted to do. It's because his people quit being his people. And so therefore they came under the hand of the enemy. It's a tough spot. Verse 4. We have become a reproach to our neighbors, a scorn and a derision to those who are around us. To consider what it would be like to be someone called, to have the God of heaven to be your God. All other nations, they only have images and idols and stupid little trinkets. But your God is the God of heaven and earth, the God who brought you out of bondage, who brought you out of Egypt. And now here you are, destroyed. The temple of your God is forsaken. People around saying, and these are the people who served God? Look at them. I think sometimes that happens to us as Christians. We're supposed to be all that. And before you know it, the enemy's robbed us, stolen from us. We as Christians make excuses why it happened. People around us look at us and say, where's our God now? It's a horrible place to be. But I wonder how many times we bring it upon ourselves. Something to think about. I don't have all the answers. I'm only a pastor. I only know in part. Verse 5, how long, Lord? Will you be angry forever? Will your jealousy burn like fire? Pour out your wrath on the nations that do not know you, and on the kingdoms that do not call on your name. The problem is in verse 6, it's exactly what he did. He poured out his anger and his wrath upon the nations that refused to know him, who were called by his name, but still refused. And I know we like to think, well, they learned their lesson. They turned back. Remember in the days of Jesus, they refused him. Remember Paul's writings? He went to the synagogues. They refused Jesus, the Messiah. So he turned his back on them and went to the Gentiles. Remember after Jesus' death, burial, and resurrection in AD 70, Jerusalem was destroyed. the temple was torn down. Why? Because the Jewish people did not want to know the Messiah. Verse 6 came to pass, and it's come to pass many times. Sometimes we'll say, Lord, Father, show justice to these people who are mistreating me, people who are saying bad things and talking bad, or they're using, they're running people down, they're not lifting me up. Well, if you want him to start with them, why can't he start with you? Be careful what you ask God for. First, let us be a people who comes to the Lord and says, Lord, cleanse me, purify me, before we start asking him to judge others. Thanks for joining me today. God bless you. Have a great day. We'll pick this up tomorrow. Bye-bye.